Yes, I lost it. Rock, paper, scissors, and I already regret that you don't have to kick the laying person. Yeah, I know. Now I know. Now I know. Now I know. Thank you, Demonico. You should have told me that 5 hours before. That would have saved me. By the way, guys, if you ever play Junken with Demonico, always play scissors because he will always play paper. Just a friendly hint. Hello. How are you guys today? Of course, we will be watching the ladies Oi title match game 4. So far, the result was 2 wins for Satomi and 1 win for ladies Oi. And because it's 5 games fight, if Satomi-san would win this game, she would take the title away from Watanabe. And what's interesting, as you can see in the title of the video, Queen with the 5 crowns. If Satomi-san would win this game, she would become the Queen Oi, which, if I'm not wrong, means that she had 4 terms of the ladies Oi, which makes her Queen. And it would make her ladies 5 crown holder. I thought Queen was my Navijo. No, Queen is like the... Okay, Queen is the literal translation of Jo-o. But the queen in katakana means when you get, if I'm not wrong, 5 terms of the given, yes, female Ace, 5 terms of the given tournament. Yeah, exactly. So it would mean she hold the title for enough terms to get the queen title, queen in katakana. I know it's so super confusing, yeah. Okay, I see you guys ready. Let me introduce you the players. Boom. Watanabe Mana, ladies Oi, she was Sente. And Satomi Kana, ladies 4 crown, she was Gote. But before we start, Watanabe Mana, Satomi Kana, and setting up the pieces. And then we have Satomi-san concentrating. Then you have the start of the game. The first move of Watanabe Mana, which was 2-6 pawn. Satomi played 3-4 pawn. Again, third move and fourth move. So they played immediately after the game start without thinking much. And then the reporters left the room and the game started. So the game was played on June 13th from 9 o'clock because it's a title match in Tokushima Prefecture, Tokushima City, in JR Hotel Clement, Tokushima. Time for the game was 4 hours and 1 minute. Bear me. We already saw what they're playing because of the photo spoiler. And here we go. Watanabe-san played the Ibisha and Satomi-san played the central rook. And after those standard moves, we can see that Watanabe Mana-san went for the super rapid attack. And this is usual. If you watch Satomi's game, she usually counters this rapid silver with 4-4 silver. Here, this is actually opening that is recently played. Both silvers go up to attack the 5-5 pawn, and Gote will play slowly, making castle. And I think this is a little bit different from what usually you would play. Satomi-san actually played Mino. What I have learned before is that you wanna play this type of castle here, Kimura's Mino, after you push those two. But Satomi-san played something new here. Maybe she studied this variation. What usually will happen is that Sente will develop this knight. This will develop this knight, and next attack either with silver or with the knight jab. Of course, the timing is important. Maybe push the gold first, maybe push the pawn first. We're gonna see what Watanabe-san chooses. And what Gote has to do is to wait skillfully, and you will see that after gold move, Satomi-san took this nice pawn, which she might in some variations be able to push and attack the silver, so that's important. So this shogi is very often played recently, so it's good for you guys to also study it if you're a central rook player, if you are playing the 4-4 silver. Let me just jump back and tell you what are the other options than the silver. The other ways to counter this silver on 4-6 is to A, just ignore it and castle the king first. B, move the gold and strengthen the bishop head. And C, move the 4-4 silver. So it depends what you like. I recently tried to study get the gold move actually, but the problem is your castle will be weaker with the gold on the left side. Alright, so Satomi-san made this shape, went for the castling and made the Mino castle. After which you see Watanabe mana is developing the knight as predicted. Here Satomi-san played 5-6 pawn going for the shikake to engage the battle. This move was played in this position was played twice before in year 2009 and 2016, all of which were answered by taking the pawn, rook takes, knight jump and bishop 1-5. I don't know what was the result of the game, but this was the line. Of course, this happened similar in this game, but Satomi-san changed and she moved the bishop to 4-2. You can see that it's blocked with by the pawn, but the main point is you keep defending the 2-4 square, right? 1-5 bishop would be more aggressive, I believe, but Satomi-san decided she doesn't need this. Here Watanabe Mana-san back the rook. I cannot explain why, but according to the comments there might have been other variations like pawn 5-5 or pawn 2-4. It seems to me like Sente feels like she doesn't have to hurry, so she played the rook. After which Satomi-san also moved the rook back. As you see, the 5-5 pawn is not possible now. And Sente went for the edge. And here it's also another lesson important. Gote usually in this opening doesn't protect the edge pawn because you wanna spend the move somewhere else. It especially applies to the Kimura's Mino variation, but in this case also similarly Satomi-san didn't defend the edge. It might be a little bit dangerous, but think of it as you're investing this move somewhere else. So Satomi-san played 3-3 knight, which is also a usual move, very important. You counter the opponent's knight, and we talked before, if Furibisha's knight gets sabaki, it's good for Furibisha. But the minus is this bishop on 3-3 will be difficult to achieve sabaki, so it's something for something. It will be hard to exchange the bishops now for Gote. This position is difficult for both sides. So yeah, after taking the 3-3 promoted knight, Watanabe-san went for the edge, and there was a comment that other move that was possible was 5-5 pawn. And this move, as you can see, the intention of this move is to avoid the move that was played in game, which often happens in this joseki, the 5-4 knight drop. It's forking both silvers, giving Gote the piece advantage, but sometimes, you know, this left silver, according to the comments and in general feeling, is heavy. So by exchanging your piece, it means you get rid of one heavy piece. So maybe it's not this bad for Sente, and as you can see, as the mnemonic is showing you by arrow, Sente is indirectly attacking the bishop that is unprotected if the silver is not there. And by the way, you have to move to 5-5 even it looks like your silver can be taken, because if you move back, there is the pawn drop, silver takes, knight takes the silver, pawn takes, and here you lose the second silver for free. So even though it looks a little bit unnatural, 5-5 silver is the only answer. So yeah, Sente has a little bit piece disadvantage, but maybe a little bit better position, and the question is what's gonna happen next. Satomi-san played rather natural move, dangling pawn on 5-6, next threatening stuff like silver drop or simply keeping the pressure there. Naturally Watanabe-san will defend it with the gold up, and now you can see if you go for some forceful variations, Gote is out of pawn, so there is no continuation. Therefore Satomi-san played gold to 4-2, giving the connection to the bishop that was hanging. And here Sente has a chance to make some decisive attack, and Watanabe-san decided that 6-6 bishop, showing some attack on the edge and putting the bishop in better position while protecting the 5-7 square would be a good idea to do so. But actually this is the timing when Satomi-san attacked the bishop. By the way, the other variation that was shown by professionals was that 4-5 knight attacking the bishop, silver takes, bishop exchange happens, bishop drop forking the rook the gold, silver takes the bishop. That would be a good example of fight for both sides. But Watanabe-san played 6-6 bishop, which was attacked, and Watanabe-san moved it out of the line to 4-8 square. Because the bishop moved to this side, this bishop is not under attack anymore, so 5-5 silver was possible. Silver, if silver takes it, bishop takes it, it threatens to take the lance, which after is protected. Maybe, you know, the bishop is in good position, you can keep some more pressure and maybe attack this rook in the future. Hard to say, but yeah, Gote would have many moves to play, so Watanabe-san decided to run away simply. And here Satomi-san went for the decisive attack, and you would think that you can take it from the gold. We have one example of this variation. Gold takes, silver up, silver takes, like this. If next, if we have this silver drop attacking the rook, you think I'm fine. No, you're not. There is the gold drop because the bishop is here, king goes here. Actually this variation would end in checkmate. So Sente is not safe in this position after gold takes. So seeing this line, Watanabe-san decided to take it with the bishop, but it was of course attacked, after which she protected the bishop promotion with the knight drop. There would be a reason for that. She was hoping to play another move, but we will hear that in cancels and she made some kind of mistake. So yeah, a knight drop to protect the bishop. Here again, Gote took the piece advantage, which was retaken. Silver drop to... Yeah, so in Shogi, you know, you might wanna take this piece, you know, and protect something in defense, but it's better to fight over this square control indirectly like this. It's a good technique of strong players. Take, and again going for that line. But here Satomi-san, you know, if she continues taking and dropping, it would be a cinch, so she finally plays the 1-5 bishop, after which there is no like direct threat. So Watanabe-san decided to activate the knight, but here bishop comes back, forcing Watanabe-san to drop the other knight, and here Satomi-san decides that she's better and she will slow down the attack. Yeah, as before we learned, if one side is a little better, they will slow down the position, take the pieces, make the opponent run out of attack, and here this is what Satomi does. She attacks the knight, after which it has to be thrown away, and Watanabe-san tries to scare Satomi-san using this pawn. She has to take it because the gold is under attack here. The thing is, I'm threatening to drop the knight. The problem is she doesn't have the knight yet, so she attacks on the edge. And here, if Satomi-san, you know, would take the knight, take it with the knight, then Watanabe-san would have knight to drop it. But of course, she took it with the lance, and Watanabe-san tries to attack both of the attacking pieces same time, but Satomi-san is brave. She takes this piece. If the rook is taken, she can take the second piece, and you know, the king is attacks from the one side. There is no general in Sente's hand, it's hard to defend, so she didn't want to do that. She retook the gold, the rook went back again, pawn drop to stop the rook. After reach Satomi's, and this is cool move actually. She moved back, right? She's like, yeah, I'm going back to the castle. Usually you don't wanna play this kind of moves because it's not very aggressive, but remember, it's tied to match. She just makes sure that her king is safe. After which Watanabe-san throws away the pawn, maybe allowing the lance drop, but she preferred to drop it on the 5th file. And here Satomi-san drops the 9/7 pawn, and you would think there is still a lot to do, but actually Watanabe Mana Ladies Oi resigned in this position. So the game was only 96 moves. The reason is, if the knight takes, there is the pawn drop, this token is unstoppable. If the pawn promoted on 5-3, gold takes, lance takes, rook takes, and you know, two pieces are attacking the 5-7 square, there is no pawn in Sente's hand. And as we already see, Gote has a big piece advantage over, let's count, over bishop actually. So ladies, oi, you know, she doesn't want to play this strange game when she's at bishop disadvantage, and she resigned in this position. Actually, Satomi-san had still 1 hour and a half left of thinking time, and Watanabe Mana had 15 minutes left, so Satomi-san seems to crush her opponent pretty easily, and this way she became Queen Oi and Ladies 5 crown. Pretty amazing. So the main part was actually the Kansosen, which had many nice comments, so let's jump right into it. The first comment was move 40, 5-4 knight. So here Watanabe-san, she wasn't sure, or she miscalculated the knight drop. She didn't feel it's this threatening. So instead of the pawn that didn't seem efficient until the end of the game, maybe she should have played another move. But she kind of underestimated the knight drop probably. For example, if she wouldn't do anything about it, if she would move the gold up, taking this silver, taking the pawn, and here playing the bishop, was something that Sente might have not liked. And as we said, the silver on 6-6 is heavy because it's blocking the bishop, so it wouldn't be a good variation for Sente. The next comment was move 45, gold going up. Watanabe-san admitted that she wasn't, I translated it as that, wasn't enough aware of danger. She maybe underestimated the fact that she was maybe in bigger danger than she thought. Move 47. This move actually seemed to be the move that was very bad for Sente. Instead of this, Satomi-san proposed to push the 3-5 pawn takes, and two variations. Variation number 1, 3-4 pawn, bishop going 1-5, 1-6 pawn, attacking the bishop, pawn promotion, and Gote takes from the left, right? If Gote takes with this gold, bishop can promote. So if takes from this side, Satomi-san wasn't confident about this variation. And the other version, variation number 2, after pawn takes, instead of dropping the pawn, 2-4 pawn. You know, if you block it, if you take it with the pawn, the same variation means that you cannot go to 1-5. So bishop takes, bishop goes to 9-7, and the gold goes to 5-3. Maybe it's a possible development for both sides. What Watanabe said, that she was thinking of the bishop 9-7 at some point, and she admitted that she put herself in dangerous situation by bishop 6-6, and she thought she was in bad position from that move on. So this move seemed to be, it looks maybe natural, but it was practically not so good. Next comment was move 49, bishop going back. Watanabe-san said that the difference between the silver and the knight in the previous exchange after 5, this one, was bigger than her expectations, and she was still bad in this position. So the difference kept on going. Yeah, it apparently was bad according to both both players as well as commentator on Twitter. One professional that commented on Twitter. It seemed that was already good for Sente after, yeah, especially after the 5-5 silver. Next comment was move 57. Watanabe-san said that she was thinking of 4-6 bishop, after which the bishop promotes to 9-9, pawn drop to 5-7, silver takes promotion, gold takes lance drop to 5-2, silver drop to 8-8, attacking the horse, lance promotes, gold takes, horse takes this one, king takes, gold drop 6-5, and gote is good. So this is the mistake she made. She thought she can escape with the bishop, but actually it was good for gote, so she made this miscalculation, and this is why she dropped the knight. There were no more comments. Apparently, you know, gote was already good. As we said, she went for clear calm win, and the consensus was 50 minutes, and the main point was that move 40, the 5-4 knight drop was the critical point, as well as bad move that was 6-6 bishop. Let me show you pictures after the game. This is the consensus. Both sides thinking about the moves. Reporters already waiting. Consensus finished. It was rather quick game. Of course, congratulations for Satomi-san that she got the Queen 5 Ladies crown. About the game itself, it was unusual for me to say Mino in this position, so I might wanna try to play it by myself. The exchange of the pawn in this exact position is interesting as well. I will have to study that. And I wish I could understand what's the difference between y5 bishop and 4-2 bishop, so I'm gonna study the previous 2 games with this position. Of course, this knight drop seemed to be very good for gote, according to the consensus. And guys, really, this silver drop to 6-5, in this kind of opening with the 4-6 silver and 6-6 silver, this silver is usually a tesuji, so please remember that even if it doesn't attack the bishop directly, the fact that it takes the 7-6 pawn and then you have the knight in hand makes some pressure on Sente. It's very important tesuji. I also really like the fact how Satomi-san, you know, she doesn't have any pawn in this position, and yet she continues the attack with silver drops. You know, if she would take it, the rook would be able to sabaki on those squares. So by just attacking like with this sturdy, heavy generals, she managed to break through, and this bishop move back. That was very cool. And after that, the game was pretty straightforward, actually. Yeah, and 6-7 move being the definite move, the move that Watanabe-san resigned, is pretty cool. Very interesting timing to resign. So guys, how did you enjoy this game? Thank you for nice analysis. I'm glad you liked it, Kronok. Gokigen Nakabisha is very dynamic and always entertaining to watch. I agree. This is why it's Gokigen. It's happy opening. Nitebe likes the silver on 6-6. So by the way, guys, if you have Shogi Live, there was the... I had hard time this week because I had to choose between Taito match and the Hulik best 4 game. So there was the best 4 game the same week. I hope to make maybe video in the middle of the week with quick analysis of this game without the live stream, because it was pretty good. It was Kai-san versus Nakamura Marika. So it was game between both of them, and one of them became the challenger for the title this week. The next game is Satomi versus Yorimoto. I really hope to talk about this game next week. But I plan to drop maybe YouTube video in the middle of the week if I have enough time, because it was really interesting game as well. If you are not subscribed on my YouTube, please join. And see you next week for the Shogi game. Have a good night, have a good afternoon, have a good morning, wherever you are. And thank you very much for coming today.